Well, early on in my career, I walked the halls of 911 Vermont Street, which is the address of EXIM Bank. And I worked for telecommunications companies, and our competitors were Canadian, German, Japanese at the time, and
Right.
now the Chinese, right?
Right, right.
And with all those, you mentioned all the export credit agencies that support our competitors.
Right.
And now, especially with China, with their Belt and Road Initiative that's been on for a number of years here. I think it's coming up on 11 or 12.
Yeah.
How can the U.S. compete? Because many of these export credit agencies offer low interest, concessionary financing, extended terms, 20-year terms. How can the U.S. compete against these other these tactics?
So a couple of angles on that, if I could, Ken. First, EXIM, along with many of our European friendly sister agent ECAs, we're members of the OECD.
Okay.
Right, and we try to play by the same rules. So it's a gentleman's agreement, the arrangement. It's called the arrangement, but it provides guidelines so that we're not undercutting each other in the international marketplace. Now, China, of course, is not a member of the OECD,
right.
But in my opinion, we need to lead by example in order to encourage countries who are not members to sort of play by the same rules. So the OECD has recently gone through a modernization. So you talk about longer extended terms. Well, if you are building a solar farm or a wind turbine manufacturer and you're exporting, we can provide longer tenors, right? Up to 22 years if it's in the renewable space. Other things like that, right? To me, that's the best example is if it's clean, if it's green, certain sectors, energy storage, energy efficiency, renewable, let's lean in and provide longer term limits for those repayment terms, right? That's one example. Another I would suggest is, as you know, we're a small independent federal agency. Congress has set what's called our charter, which is basically the governing document by which we operate. And in our most recent reauthorization in 2019, they added a section to our charter that's called what we call internally the China and Transformational Exports Program. So they said, we're putting this in here because we want EXIM to help advance the U.S.'s comparative leadership on the world stage. So it's not a race to the bottom with China. It never can be, right? We're never going to win that battle.
Correct.
But if we can offer extended terms, they've even granted us authority, permission, if you will, to operate outside of the OECD arrangement in order to provide a level playing field for U.S. exporters when they're faced with unfair competition from the People's Republic of China-backed financing. So those two things together, the OECD really took a hard, long look at this and has made it more favorable for those exporting. And then, in addition, our Congress has really tackled this, and it's in 10 key sectors, everything from renewables to water sanitation to biotech, financial tech, quantum computing, space and satellites. So it kind of covers the gamut of technologies, clean energy, and really is designed to help advance our comparative leadership in the world.
Well, it sounds like we have the tools to actually compete where years ago we didn't have those tools.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. A little bit better. We still have a number of competing mandates because, our Congress likes to balance one with the other. Right. So, but we found a way to move forward. We've adopted some new policies that have helped us become more competitive, helped us support some of the Biden-Harris initiatives, including PGI, which is an infrastructure program. We've done a number of projects that would fall under that category, and as well as clean energy. And I think we're really focused here. It doesn't mean that we're not looking at all of the other sectors, because we're open, we're agnostic. If you have a project and you're an exporter and you need our assistance and you have a good credit and you qualify, we're going to look at that credit. But it does mean that in some of these newer sectors, like renewables, why not lean in a little bit more, talk with U.S. exporters about facilitating those exports and helping them take advantage of a double-digit growth market.
Yeah.
Right?